before I work out, and they're just enough to protect the hands. They're good gloves. So.
All right, who was that masked man? That was insane.
I don't know. That's the thing. I have no idea who that guy was or where he came from. But clearly, he's got a problem with me, and I don't think it's going to be the last I see of him, which is kind of troublesome because I don't know if you noticed, but he was giving me a hell of a time out there. And, you know, opportune moment. You got to strike when the iron's hot. I was vulnerable, but vulnerable doesn't mean defeatable. So today I'm going to walk away with a win, but yeah.
All that New Japan wrestling you've been calling on Access TV, did that help you prepare for that onslaught today?
No. I mean, it's great. Call the action on New Japan, and it's going to be great to do it with Jim Ross. He's a fantastic partner for the job, I think, and he's a legend in the sport. So I'm really excited to get the opportunity to sit next to him, you know. But I'm a professional wrestler, man, through and through. I go out there, I shoot, I work. It doesn't matter. I'm ready for anything. You know, I'm not sitting around waiting for the right moment. I'm making those moments happen.
It seemed like you had an obvious message for the champion and for a couple guys in your division there. I guess it had to be a frustrating kind of week to watch what was going on in your division.
Hey, you can make of it what you want. You can just call it a fancy promo. You can call it an ode to Ric Flair. You can call it anything you want. But, you know, I said what I had to say. And more than what I say, what I do will speak for itself.
It's literally a crime that more people don't know who people like Billy Robinson is. Do you think if you or Matt Hume would have been commentators, the landscape of fighting would have been completely different? Because it would have been catch wrestling then. It wouldn't have been...
Possibly. No, you have a good point. If we're calling things from the professional wrestling, catch wrestling angle from where this all started, to be honest, at least for most of the Western world, you know, the Vale Tudo stuff was its own thing, more isolated in the South Americas. But you know, modern MMA is sort of a blend of it, I guess. So it's not that jiu-jitsu doesn't have a place. It really does, man. Old school jiu-jitsu and Vale Tudo is really important to the evolution of fighting sports all around the world, and you have to absolutely give your hats off to them. Those guys were a different level. But I do think, you know, if Ken Shamrock had won the first UFC, I think the environment would be different. But you know, you can't dwell on what ifs and what have yous. But people will know more about Billy Robinson and Carl Gotch and Eric Paulson and Sayama and Fujiwara and all those guys. They're going to be more well-rounded, more well-versed in who they are and what they meant by me going out there and performing. You know, Matt Hume said early on in our training, he goes, my goal is always to be the best. My goal is to have more submissions than Carl Gotch, right? So it started for him with Gotch, for that lineage through the Pancras guys. And that it passed on to me, and same with you know, Robinson and the others. The snake pit lives on.
Did it ever get close for next week? Did you ever feel like?
That's my knowledge. If it did, nobody told me, and that's okay because I was ready and willing for what come what may. And I'm here to fight. I'm ready to fight. They want to fight. If it's this week, which it's going to be, or if it was going to be the next 2 weeks from now, could have been then too.
Rothwell's been around for a while. You guys have kind of cross paths here and there as far as promotions and whatnot. Has he been a guy that you've always said, oh, this would be a fun match, this is something that interests me? Has he been on your radar?
No, I never thought of it that way, but I'm always aware, you know, he's out there, he's winning, so I had to have my eyes open and pay attention to what's going on. I'm not, my head's not in a hole, so, but I've known Ben for a long time, and I remember meeting Ben way back at the Super Brawl heavyweight tournament, not the one I won, but the one that Tim Sylvia won, and him being an entrant in it, and you know, he was just a kid then, looking up to me. Well, now he's no longer a kid, and he's not coming for advice, he's coming to take my head off. So all things come around in their own way.
Did he ask you for advice at some point?
Yeah, back in the day, sure. He was literally a kid, and I was already the UFC heavyweight champion.
Do you remember telling him anything specific that he might have carried with him?
Well, stay away from the clap.
Have you been impressed with him lately?
Sure. How could you not be? He's got a 4-fight winning streak. So, heavy hands. He's always been a tough guy. He's a juggernaut.
Josh, how close are you to get by Rothwell and being in the mix for the next title shot?
Hey, you tell me. It's really more about my performance than anything else. I got to beat Ben. If I don't beat Ben, none of that means shit. So, I got my work cut out for me, and I'm glad to have somebody as tough as Ben to go and test myself against. No point in trying to work over a bunch of bums and claim yourself to be the best.
You've been doing this a long time. What do you still enjoy about the process of fight week?
Kicking ass.
Well done.
It seemed like it kind of lined up, though, that you were fighting this week, the title fight was next week. If you had a great performance, maybe you fight the winner. Now with everything in chaos, does that kind of complicate the window for you? And kind of
Doesn't complicate shit for me. None of that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You know what has to do with me? Winning fights. Winning fights impressively. I do that, who knows what happens. I don't do that, nobody cares.
I don't know how much you pay attention to these open workouts when you're not fighting, but sometimes they can be rather mundane, dull. Do you feel like it's your duty, especially when there are fans here, to give them something to remember?
I just feel like this is my opportunity to do what I want to do, and you know, sometimes you get jacked from behind. It's just the way it goes. You know, I've heard they just pulled another body out of the Hudson River. You know, that could have been me right now. You know, I have no idea what that guy was going to do. So my responsibility is to show up, do my thing, you know, give them the whole song and dance. You know, it's just like being at the, I don't remember what it's called, but if you're at the any of the derbies, walk the horses around, make them move, make them trot. Yeah, go ahead. I'm a racehorse right now. You guys want to bet on me, I get it. You guys want to take a look at how fit he looks, how he's moving. Fine, I don't care, man. I know what prize fighting is.
Speaking of dancing, have you seen Ben dance in the cage? And if so, as a music aficionado, how do you think he performs?
Well, he's a little devoid of rhythm, but I mean, he can't be helped being a white guy from Kenosha. And as a white guy from Ballard, having rhythm is a very surprising and rare thing. So I won't hold it against him. And you know, the Rothwell Shuffle seems to give him some sort of inspiration. Fuels his fire. It's like his little power-up move. But I'm not worried about that. The only dance I want to see him doing is falling backwards.
But is that an inspiration to not be on the receiving end of that dance? Could you imagine looking up at the lights and a big man is dancing next to you like that?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Right.
I just wasn't in a fighting ring.
Any thoughts on the exodus of some of the great talent from New Japan to WWE?
Exodus? Why
Yeah.
you gotta make it so Jewish?
Well, I am Jewish. You would know.
Well, they's me, man. Yeah, they've been hit real hard with the offer them a good tuna salad, and there they go.
Is this a big blow, though?
I don't know. It's probably within 5 to 6.5 inches.
Okay.